In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the current conditions. We're going to be diving into an upcoming fall pattern that we're going to be stuck in. We're really cooling down here and entering into an early fall potentially. Can't wait to talk about it. Let's just get straight into things, and we're taking a look here at our current radar imagery first things first. And there is a couple of areas of storminess that are worth noting. We have this system over here in Texas and New Mexico that was a bit of a tropical system over coastal Texas. This has kind of just meandered its way over here. A little bit more minor now, but still dropping a considerable amount of precipitation. We have an area of thunderstorms in northern Minnesota there worth mentioning, and then also for the plains and through a bit of the Ohio Valley, we have this storm system that's also very large and bringing quite a bit of precipitation as well. And then along the eastern seaboard, we have thunderstorms and showers around. So let's just zoom into some different regions. I can't wait to get into the temperatures, so we're going to go a little bit quick here. We're going to just dive into the temperature pattern right away after this. We can see that there is a bit of a low up here in Canada, clearly a low. You could literally see it rotating there. And this has some thunderstorms underneath for very far northern Minnesota. And these are pretty intense. We see some darker reds in there, definitely. Maybe even some pinks at times. So there could be some hail associated with this as well. We also see this more major system down here for Kansas, Missouri, Tennessee, Kentucky, southern Illinois, and even Arkansas as well. And this is probably bringing a lot of precipitation also. It's becoming a little bit more scattered around. It was more widespread before, but still, when you see this many hours of rainfall hitting, it's still going to be a considerable event for sure. Now, we do have quite a bit of precipitation here taking place in far western Texas as well, potentially going to head up into southern New Mexico over the coming hours, so keep that in mind. Definitely flooding is a possibility with this system, especially over the desert. We do have some isolated thunderstorms around for some of our Gulf states, especially Texas there, but also Florida taking place. So we see some of those happening. And then along the eastern seaboard here, we do have some showers and thunderstorms, like I mentioned. A couple of these are moving from east to west. Very interesting. So we see these flowing in like this. And then just to the south here, we have these storms that are almost stationary. Very interesting. But these ones are definitely slightly moving from west to east, like normal. We even have some sporadic showers along coastal regions as well. Now, I can't wait. What we're going to do is move on, talk about that upcoming fall pattern that we're going to be caught in for the eastern United States and really stuck in for quite a while. Now, here we are taking a look at it, and right off the bat, we can see there is colder than normal conditions around. Let me actually switch it to where we're looking at 24-hour increments here. It's going to be a little bit more helpful, but it has been already really cool in a lot of the eastern United States, especially here in Virginia. I know it's been 70s. It's expected to continue to be 70s. Very awesome pattern. Honestly, I usually don't put my opinion out there for what I like and dislike about the weather, but this is an awesome pattern to me because we've been stuck in the 90s for like 2 months straight, which is above normal temperatures. I think our peak average temperature where I live is 88 in the summer. Like that's the highest it goes. So we were stuck at like 90 to 95 degrees for about a month straight. So consistently above average temperatures for that time period. This is, very welcomed in my book. We see this fall-like temperatures continue in for this region. When I say fall-like pattern, I don't mean late November, by the way. I know there's going to be some people in the comments. I mean like late September, October type temperatures. Just very pleasant, very room temperature-like temperatures. These areas in the south, it might be a little bit warmer, even in the below normal temperatures, but the further north you go, the more considerable this is going to be, really. Now, this is for tomorrow. Let's just move on towards the day after tomorrow, which will be Thursday, August 18th. We can see below normal temperatures for a lot of the plains and through the eastern United States still. And look out west. We're caught in this positive. I've talked about this before, but I don't know why I always draw it. This is always just takes up a bunch of time. But positive P&A out west. When those warm temperatures are caught out there, and actually, you know what? I'm going to be a little bit helpful here. Let me just explain. Let's take a look at this view, guys. So we can see there's warm temperatures all up and down the western seaboard of North America. Well, what this causes is the jet stream to try to go around this area. So there's a massive ridge, and what this does is all the cooler air has to go somewhere. We can see all the Pacific out here is warm as well. So all of this air is funneling into the eastern United States. Now this time of year, it's not frigid, obviously. It's temperate. Even in Alaska, it's not 32 degrees in Anchorage right now, right? But we see cooler temperatures for sure diving in. And they do get a little bit warmer as they head down and interact with the air. But overall, the areas in the east, the air is coming from the north. The areas in the west, the air is coming from the south. So we're getting Canada air in the eastern United States. It's the same thing in the winter, by the way. And then the west coast is getting Mexico temperatures, very tropical. Hope that makes sense. So the jet stream is, again, doing something like this because this huge ridge in the western United States is blocking that, and the cold air has to go in the east. So that is a classic positive PNA pattern. Now, back to your regularly scheduled video. That was a little bit of an extra bonus there. Friday, August 19th, we still see cooler temperatures around for the eastern half, and maybe even, I would say, 2/3 of the nation. The west coast is still warm, though, and that's going to be the deciding factor in our pattern. So as long as that west coast is warm, we should see neutral to below normal temperatures for most areas east of there. And that's still the case. The northeast, though, having some above normal temperatures around a few days from now. By the time we're taking a look at Saturday the 20th, for sure. And then Sunday the 21st, a lot of the cooler temperatures are stuck in this area and this area out here. The Four Corner States have had a very cool summer, by the way. Probably very pleasant. Monday the 22nd here, we could still see some cooler temperatures around for the eastern United States and the Four Corner States. I do see another area up here in Canada trying to move southward, so this could mean this is about to get a little bit cooler again. Yeah, let's see. Tuesday the 23rd, things are cooling down. We could see this up to the north as well. Wednesday the 24th, we still have cooler temperatures, especially the further south you go. And then by the end of things here, by the time we're taking a look at Thursday the 25th, as we're approaching September, literally going to be in meteorological fall 5 days from then or so. We can see there's some warmer temperatures in between, but we see cooler temperatures underneath in here. We see another more Arctic air mass, and I say Arctic because it's coming from the Arctic Circle, not because it's going to be 20 degrees outside, but that air mass is going to move potentially further south after this point if this verifies, which is definitely worth mentioning. I'm excited about these temperatures that are at least not above normal, and for most of that time, for most folks, we were above normal. It's mostly the Northeast and the Great Lakes where you were very, very close to normal, maybe 1 to 2 degrees above normal there in the yellows and oranges. That's still going to feel very pleasant compared to how a lot of this summer has gone. So don't get discouraged too easily. It should be still quite pleasant, I would say. Now, we're going to do this all backwards, but what we're going to do is move on and talk about the upcoming stormy pattern, because this fall-like pattern is actually going to be more like a fall storm, a very stormy fall-like pattern. When you get a lot of rain in the fall, it's going to bring some conditions like that. So we'll talk about that in a second. Now here we are taking a look at it. That's the very end. Let me go back to the beginning. Things are a little bit more scattered about here towards the beginning. So Tuesday, August 16th. Sorry, I keep coughing. I don't know what's going on, but we have a lot of storminess here in the eastern 2/3 of the nation here. As we move on towards Wednesday the 17th, it gets a little bit more stormy. More like a nor'easter pattern. We see a lot of the flow is going to be like this. So we're going to be seeing a lot of this type of activity. Thursday the 18th, same thing along the coasts here. We have this storminess just kind of moving up like this. Again, our jet stream is going to be doing something like this. So this is going to help storms kind of ride along that. There's a lot of what you see in the fall and winter oftentimes. You can physically see it here just like that. So we start to get some interesting storms. August 20th as well, we have this storm system down here. Still storming the Four Corner States just like the entire summer. Very interesting. We've been seeing that monsoon season just really ramp up. Very stormy in general, I would say, for the eastern 2/3. Look at that. I mean, most of this model run looks like this, approximately. And there's something exciting about this frame I'll talk about in a minute, but the storminess is just very widespread throughout a lot of regions here by Monday the 22nd. What I am excited about is on our 500 millibar geopotential height here that we see on screen. We see some blues showing up, which is a sign of winter. It is a sign of winter. Very cool to see in general, actually. We see a lot of that actually throughout the model run. Tuesday the 23rd, we're getting closer and closer to meteorological fall here. We're 10 days closer, 10 days colder. Things start to really move fast this time of year. We're already seeing things cool down. Your average temperature has been probably dropping for 2 or 3 weeks now. The peak of summer's probably coming to an end by late July, early August. So we're kind of dropping already, but it's going to start to really accelerate here in the month of September. Is one of the most crucial transition. Why can't I say that? Transition. Okay, I'm gonna not try anymore. It's a transition month. It's a very, very intense transition month in October and November as well. But September, I feel like you go from summer to fall really quickly, and then November, it feels like you go from fall to winter sometime in late November, usually, depending on where you're at, of course. Now, by the end of the model run, we're still left with storminess around for most of the eastern United States, the eastern 2/3 in here. We can see most areas seeing some storminess in there. So again, just a very stormy pattern in general. Here's the total precipitation through the next 10 days as well. And if you're anywhere in the grays, we're taking a look at 1/10 of an inch or less. If you're in the greens, and if you're in the whites, you're expecting no precipitation. If you're in the greens, 1/10 of an inch to 1/2 an inch. Your blues will be 1/2 an inch to an inch. Your yellows will be 1 inch to 2 inches. Your reds will be 2 to 5 inches. Your browns will be 5 to 10 inches of precipitation, which we see some of that there for Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, and northern Louisiana there, as well as a bit of coastal Carolina regions there in South Carolina and North Carolina. Super interesting stuff there. Very, very high amounts of precipitation. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at the 5-day graphical tropical weather outlook, because there is one thing to talk about. And here we are taking a look at it. We can see there is a little bit of a chance here that we're going to see a tropical system move northward here across Central America. We have a 20% chance of development over the next 5 days, according to the Storm Prediction Center. 0% over the next 48 hours, which means it's the 3 final days of that 5-day period where we're really taking a look at a chance of development there. So we'll keep you guys updated on this one. I'm going to watch it closely, so stay tuned with us as we'll just track this over the coming days. Now, what we're going to do is move on. We're going to close out by taking a look here at the Storm Prediction Center. All right, now here's our day 1 categorical outlook, and we have a lot going on here. We have 3 general thunderstorm risk areas in the lighter greens, and that's where we expect general thunderstorms, but anything is possible, so keep heat every watch, warning, and advisory in there for sure. That's going to be for today, Tuesday, August 16th. Can't believe we're this far into August already, but hey, here we are. Marginal risk in the 3 darker green regions that you might see. That's going to be our isolated severe weather regions. Now for day 2, which will be tomorrow on Wednesday, August 17th, we have 2 general thunderstorm risk areas in the lighter greens again. We also have that marginal risk down there for the southeast, where we expect isolated severe weather to occur. Now finally, for day 3 here, we have 3 general thunderstorm risk areas, one of which is extremely small there in Wyoming and Montana. And these 3 regions is again where we expect general thunderstorms, but continue to heed every watch, warning, and advisory, because really anything is possible. Anyway, for today's confidence tab, we're at a 4 out of 6. I really feel pretty decent about getting into this pattern. I'm at a medium confidence because it does go kind of long range for sure there a little bit. For today's patron highlight of the day, I want to thank you all for supporting the channel, but especially our platinum patrons, Bill Crates, James Wade, Dovin Nagel, Lertherpan, Mandy Birchfield, Patrick Strickland, Dave Scott, and Donnie Carnes as well. I'd also like to thank our diamond patrons, Bill Roberts, Marcus Connolly, Noah Harley, Michael Kudalasa, Catbite, Charles Stinnett, Bill Dallas, Garys, and John Khaleesi also. I'd also like to thank our channel members, Catbite, Stephen Fan, and Jeremy Cox as well. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Be sure to smash that like button, leave a comment down below, and subscribe for more weather-related content. I'll see you guys in the next video.